Welcome to the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast, a show all about reviewing dinosaurs on a scale of 1 to 10 fossils before only the elite terrible lizards make it into the prehistoric cage match. This program is presented by the Stomp Tromp Roar Company and can be heard within all the rock layers across the planet. Grab your dinosaurs and your official scorecard because it's now time to dig for dinosaurs. Here's your Mesozoic host, Dinosaur Ranger Anthony.
Junior Paleontologist, I'm back! Can you believe it or what? And I'm ready to start digging for all kinds of fossils. It's me, Dinosaur Ranger Anthony, and I have returned for yet another dinosaur review on the awesome Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast. Did you all miss me or what? It's finally time to get back to reviewing all kinds of dinosaur species. But hey, what did you guys think about those last two prehistoric cage match episodes? Were those cool or what? The Clash of the Dinosaur Champions was just so much fun to write, record, and edit, and I hope you all enjoyed it so very, very much. And also, congratulations to the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the T-Rex, the Tyrant Lizard King for being named the undisputed Dinosauria Champion of the World. No one messes with Rexy. And hey, guess what? This Saturday is the return of football season, baby! And I can't wait to see the Cornhuskers take back the field. But gosh, everything over the last few years has been so irritating. Did you guys catch what I did there? The Huskers just haven't been any good, and it totally bites bigger than the T-Rex's bite force of 12,000 pounds. For one, they've lost 19 of 24 one-score games over the last 3 years. That means we've lost 19 of 24 games by 7 points or less. But this is a new season for Nebraska and for the Cornhuskers, right? I still have hope that Coach Scott Frost will take us back to the promised land, bring the Cornhuskers back to number one. Go Big Red, go Big Red. Or maybe he can take them back to the Great Valley at least. That's where Littlefoot's from, in the land before time. But I want touchdowns, not tree stars. So let's go Big Red. But nonetheless, you guys, welcome back everyone to season number 5 of the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast. We have so many amazing species to review this season, and in 9 weeks on October 26th, 2022, we'll head back to the pumpkin patch for a prehistoric cage match number 5, Haunted Hayrack Ride Edition. Now let's update you guys on some dinopreneur news before today's dinosaur review. So first, my summer schedule has come to an end here in Omaha, Nebraska. We've been stomping, we've been chomping, and we've been roaring, roar all throughout the summer. And now it's time to get started on some awesome marketing, a little bit of advertising, so I can drive up some business, some bookings for the fall season, and all kinds of awesome child cares, elementary schools, and birthday parties. And don't forget, we also do prehistoric virtual lessons, so bring us into your home or classroom from the convenience of your computer screen. You can literally meet me, Dinosaur Ranger Anthony, from anywhere in the world. Time zone pending, of course, but of course you guys know I would wake up at 3 a.m. to make a child's life happy, all about prehistoric life. Now next, did you guys know that this week is the 1-year anniversary of the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast? Hey, it's crazy or what? It's been just totally crazy. I cannot believe we're already up to 1 year of the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast. To honor this accomplishment, I uploaded a new version of episode number 1 of the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast. This episode is all about the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and it includes more facts and even greater details all about the T-Rex. Now the score will be the same, but be sure to go back and listen to episode number 1 of the Tyrant-like review, because there's just so much more to the Tyrannosaurus Rex than I originally gave back a year ago. Now lastly, this Monday, August 29th, is my 33rd birthday. Did did you know that most T-Rexes only live to be around 30 years old? So if I was a T-Rex, I would be long but gone and probably in the fossil record somewhere. Now you guys, we have a ton and a ton of shout outs to give since our last dinosaur review on July 27th. So let's give a quick Gallimimus fast shout out to everybody over the last month and a quick asteroid clap. So you guys, Council Bluffs Public Library, the UNMC Monroe Meyer Institute, the Durham Museum, Felix's 5th birthday party, Kids for Jesus Childcare, the Yellow Brick Road Childcare here in Omaha, Laney's 3rd birthday virtual meet and greet, Alex's 6th birthday meet and greet, Cherry Hills Childcare, Wesley's 4th birthday party, Robbie's 5th birthday virtual lesson, Robbie's Durham Museum birthday party. That's right, I had 2 Robbies in one day, one a virtual lesson all the way up in New York, and one here at the Durham Museum here in Omaha. So shout out again to both of my Robbies back then a couple weeks ago. Cole's Durham Museum birthday party. And lastly, all the OutSchool learners over the last month. Whoa, was that a lot or what? We just had a lot of asteroid shoutouts for all those awesome live and virtual events over the last month. Now you guys, let's go ahead and grab our nachos, grab our Dr. Pepper, and our favorite spot on the couch because it's time for some Cornhusker football. Oh wait, it's not football time yet? That's not till Saturday? Well, oh gosh, how irritating. Oh well, let's talk about the Irritator instead. It's time for our next review on the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast. Let's go ahead and grab our official Dinosaur Review for Kids scorecard. And remember, you guys can, as always, print these off on my website, stompchomproar.com. Click on that Science Lab tab, and you'll see the post about the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast, and you can print off the free PDF file of the Dinosaur Review for Kids scorecard. So let's go ahead and get started. Today we're talking about the Irritator. Now the name meaning of the Irritator comes from the word irritation, and this is the feelings of the paleontologists were having as they were cleaning the fossils of our Irritator right here, just like this toy figure I have right here. When the paleontologists were cleaning it up, they were very irritated, and that was the reflection or the feelings the paleontologists were having as they were cleaning up the fossils of this dinosaur. Now, what was the dinosaur order of this creature? The Irritator is a Saurischian type dinosaur. Those are the lizard-hipped dinosaurs, and then it falls into that theropod family. Those are the bipedal carnivores. And then it falls into the Spinosaurids family, just like the Spinosaurus and the Baryonyx and the Suchomimus. It's another type of Spinosaurid. Now, how big was this dinosaur? What was the length, the height, and the weight of the Irritator? So this one's coming in about up to 25 feet in length, or 7.6 meters, up to 7.5 feet high, or 2.3 meters, and a little over a ton, or 2,000 pounds, coming in up to 2,200 pounds. So it's one of the smallest Spinosaurids compared to the Spinosaurus, Suchomimus, Baryonyx, Ichthyovenator, and then we come in with our Irritator, one of the smallest of all the Spinosaurids. Again, only 25 feet in length and only up to 7.5 feet high and just over 2,000 pounds. Now, how fast was the Irritator? This dinosaur, its speed is unknown. It's a bipedal creature, so it's walking on 2 legs. And if I look at the Utah raptor, who has kind of a similar body height, length, and weight, it's coming in about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Now, I don't think Irritator is going to get all the way up there to 30 miles per hour because this is, it's not as slender, doesn't have as quite bird-like legs as those dromaeosaurs or raptors. This is a smaller, lightweight dinosaur compared to like Spinosaurus, but it also doesn't have those big muscular legs like Spinosaurus does, who's probably running at speeds up to 20 miles per hour. But at the end of the day, I felt confident. I would say say somewhere between maybe 24, 25 miles per hour for our Irritator when it's running all throughout the grasslands. And it could probably swim a little bit faster, maybe up to 30 miles per hour if it was to dive down into the waters around the Mesozoic era, into the oceans, swimming for all kinds of prehistoric marine creatures. Now, what weapons or defense did this dinosaur have? What were the characteristics of the Irritator? So the details are actually based on almost a complete 24-inch skull. So all they have is the head of this dinosaur, and we're able to recreate what maybe it would have looked like back during the Mesozoic era. So like I said, a 24-inch skull. They have a long and narrow crocodilian-like skull, crocodilian-like snout, similar to the other spinosaurids like the Spinosaurus. Now there's also a thin midline crest that goes up from about the nose up above the eyes, and it goes right down the center of the skull, up on a midline of the skull. Now it has straight conical-like teeth that are just over about an inch in length, and they get smaller as they go backwards towards the throat, back towards the end of the tongue of our Irritator. Now it has a very Spinosaurus-like body, but like I mentioned, we only have the skull, so this is only kind of hypothetical of what it might have looked like. We got the crocodilian-like snout, the skull, it has that head crest that goes down the nose all the way up to above the eyes. They have all those conical-like teeth, and then the body is very Spinosaurus-like. They're walking on two legs. They have two arms that are bigger, kind of bigger than like the Tyrannosaurus Rex's tiny arms. They believe they got more in the water to be able to swim around all throughout the waters. They believe that maybe that first digit of the first claw is going to be a little bit bigger than the other claws on the Spinosaurids. They have those three-fingered claws, and like most of the other Spinosauruses, they have that elongated first finger. They're piscivores. They're eating all kinds of fish and marine-type species out of the water. They've got those paddle-like feet that help them maybe swim a little bit, and then that long tail behind them that helps them keep balance as they're running all throughout the grassland, or maybe they even use it to help them swim all throughout the waters. Now, sail. Does it have a sail? Just like some of the other Spinosaurids like Suchomimus, Spinosaurus, and Ichthyovenator. Now, they believe it does because we have that midline head crest, that thin crest above the skull. They believe that's kind of like the start of somewhat of a sail. We see it on the head, so possibly we even see some more of a sail going down its back, just like maybe the Suchomimus. Wouldn't have been as big as the Spinosaurus, more of a small sail down the neck like on this one, down the back, and maybe even a little bit on the tail. That sail is hopefully going to help them be able to swim all throughout the water, kind of like a fin on a shark, or maybe they even use it for a little bit of display to help attract a mate, a girlfriend, or be able to tell each other apart within their environment of their friends and family members. So it looks a lot like a Spinosaurus, a lot smaller, just a super cool, irritating type dinosaur. Now, where did this dinosaur live, and how long did the Irritator species live during the Mesozoic era? So they have this dinosaur clocking in at about 112 to 99 million years ago during the early Cretaceous period. It was found in Brazil, South America, and it's just an irritating fossil, and that's because it was damaged and it was altered. So there was fossil dealers that were selling this type of fossil. They put all kinds of plaster and stuff on it to make it look maybe a little bit cooler. They damaged it. They altered the exact way that the Irritator looked. So when the paleontologists bought the fossil, the State Museum bought the fossil from the fossil dealers. The skull was damaged and altered. They had to totally clean it up. It was very irritating for all the paleontologists trying to describe this new dinosaur species. And they even once thought it was maybe a pterosaur or a maniraptorian, which is somewhat of like an ornithopod type dinosaur. But it finally fell into the Spinosaurid family, and when it was discovered, named, or described back in 1996 by Martel and a few other of the paleontologists down there at the State Museum. So you guys, that is a little bit more about the Irritator. Again, a quick recap: up to 25 feet long, 7.5 feet high, a little over 2,000 pounds, one of the smallest Spinosaurids. It's running up to speeds maybe around 24 miles per hour. They have a 24-inch skull, kind of long, narrow, really crocodilian-like snout. They have a thin midline crest that runs from the nose to above the eyes on the skull. They have small conical-like teeth, only about a little over an inch, and they get smaller as they go back into the jaws. It has a very spinosaurus-like body. They have that elongated first finger on their three-fingered claws. They might have even had that sail go down their back to help them swim throughout the water as they're hunting for all kinds of marine species in the prehistoric swamps, rivers, and ocean systems. And they lived back during the early Cretaceous period, and we can't remember, they're just so very irritating, just like the Cornhuskers the last few years. But you guys, it's time to give our first score in about a month. What are we going to score the Irritator? What is going to be our fossil score? 1 fossil for some of the worst dinosaurs, 10 fossils for some of the best dinosaurs. So at the end of the day, I wanted to give our Irritator a very irritating score. No, not really. It's still pretty good for a medium-sized theropod. We're going to give it an 8.3. 8.3 for our Irritator, another Spinosaurid-type dinosaur. So there you have it, you guys, an 8.3 for our Irritator. I love the Spinosaurids. They're just so unique. I love the sails on them, those crocodilian-like snouts, and I just totally love this one I have here, my Mattel dinosaur toy, my Irritator. It just has really a Cajun-like snout, all those creepy crocodilian-like teeth. I really love how this toy was made from Mattel, the Irritator, the Jurassic World toy. Well, there you have it, everyone, our first dinosaur review of season number 5. And 5, it's the same number of national championships from our Cornhuskers. Whoop whoop! What did you guys say? Don't remind me that they haven't won a championship since 1997. And so what if I was only 8 years old when they last won the big championship? Well, anyways, you guys, we are on our way to episode number 50 of the Dinosaur Review for Kids. Let's go ahead and do another season number 5 of the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast. It's just so much fun coming back each and every week and reviewing another dinosaur species. But as always, we have a new tradition over the last couple seasons. Let's have our joke of the episode. What do you call an unreliable duck-billed dinosaur that lives in Nebraska? Again, what do you call an unreliable duck-billed dinosaur that lives in Nebraska? How about a cornflake? They're just cornflakes, right? The Huskers, the Duckbills, they're cornflakes, the cereal. Nonetheless, you guys, this Monday, August 29th, is my 33rd birthday, so make sure to send me all of your dinosaur toys to Omaha, Nebraska, here at the Stomp Chomp Roar House. I'm just kidding, you guys. Again, my name is Dinosaur Ranger Anthony, and as always, keep digging for dinosaur fossils. And let's go, Black Shirts! Throw the bones! Go Big Red, number one! We'll see you guys later.
Wow!